The dollar menu no longer exists. I did not get all the meat that I needed.
Just 4 years ago, all of these were $1. Now we're at $3.59.
It costs twice as much to buy McDonald's now as it did 10 years ago.
Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Michael, aka Mr. Drake Visions, and I am your credit CEO. Back at it again with another one. You see the title, you see the thumbnail. These food prices are outrageous. Let's get into these videos.
This video goes out to McDonald's and McDonald's only. On this episode about me bitching about the economy, I want to talk about the new prices at McDonald's. My grandma'd be fucking pissed at you because why is this new grandma fucking McFlurry shit $5? I can go to Cold Stone for that. The dollar menu no longer exists. It's this fucking $3 menu. What the fuck is a $3 menu? I'm looking for a deal. If I wanted good food, I wouldn't fucking go here. As you can see, all of the meals now are like $11? That's more than Chipotle. Are you fucking stupid? Now I get it. The economy sucks dick right now. But $11 for McDonald's? I'd rather not fucking eat. Do you understand that people cannot afford that shit? To make matters worse, since when was a fucking 6-piece nugget meal almost $10? Almost $10! I'm irate at you, McDonald's. And y'all think you're slick too by making this new bacon Cajun McCrispy fucking distracting people. I'm not distracted when my fucking cheeseburger is $4. I almost had a heart attack when that motherfucker the other day at McDonald's told me my total for a tiny ass Coke, a cheeseburger that's worth like $1, and fucking tiny little fries was $9? Do better.
Big screen. Sheesh. Hey, in the chat, do she got a point? I remember when I would go to McDonald's, me and my buddies would have $5. I would get 2 McChickens, a big fry, and a big sweet tea, and then I had the extra $1 left over for tax. And I think we all just had, what, $5? We'll go to school and look like we were balling and stuff because I had a car and we was in high school. But I remember specifically in economics class, they had this thing where they were like, was it more cost effective to go to the store to eat or just keep going to McDonald's 3 times a day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? And in my mind, I was like, man, that's only $15 a day, which didn't seem too crazy to me. But now I'm like thinking about it. I never really thought about inflation when I was in high school. It was just something I never thought about at all. I think, my mind was too undeveloped to even think about things like that. But now when I hear her say she spent $10 for a regular meal, it's like insane how the prices change. Ever since 2020, man, like everything ain't been the same. So I call myself losing weight and I put myself in a caloric deficit, which means I don't eat less food. I just eat more food that has the protein, the carbs that I need. I made my own chicken sandwich. I made like 4 of those things and they all still came down to under 1,000 calories for 4 of them. So I think it's a give and take. I believe that everybody should stop going to fast food during the weekdays. And this is my thoughts. Stop going through fast food on weekdays and just do the weekend thing like we used to back in the day when we have no money to go, even though it was affordable. Well, anyway, let's see how much money it costs to actually shop for your food instead of going out.
And watch this stuff right here. I'm up to about $50–$60. So that's the price of food. Mind you, there's no major meal right here. Let's watch and see, guys. Like I said, $50–$60 and not one major meal in the bunch.
Now, when I hear people say,
hey man, I'm shopping at the grocery store and the food is just as expensive,
I gotta remind myself that everybody doesn't shop the same. All right, so what I want you guys to do is I want you to rewind the video back and I want you to look at what she got. I ain't see nothing that was like frozen, unprocessed foods. It was like chicken patties, Hot Pockets, cooked shrimp. Like, and all these things are pre-cooked. Now, it depends on what type of lifestyle she's living. Like, if she's like a mom with kids that she want them to pop it in the microwave real quick, I understand. But me, personally, like I said in the other video before, I'll pre-cook my food and then warm it back up or something like that. But my kids eat stuff like that, but I don't complain about the prices of my food because I know why my price is so high is because I'm paying for convenience, even though I'm still at the grocery store. Let's watch this next video.
Something that really bothers me when I hear people I know or I see people online talking about, man, these food prices too high, the gas is too high, I'm tired of this politician or this president, I'm voting for the next person. It lets me know they have no clue about what's happening with gas prices and food or how this thing works. I mean, completely lost. Look, let me break this down for you first to start it off. There is no politician, no president, no congressman, no senator, or anybody can tell a corporation what to charge for their product unless there was policies in place that can kind of govern them, not saying they got to cut their profit, but not take advantage of the consumers. Nobody can control that. There needs to be policies in place to control that. Case in point, everybody's screaming about high food prices. I am too. Everybody's doing it. But it has nothing to do with the government. Kroger is in court right now. They're trying to merge with Albertson. They're trying to make a merger. And if this merger happens, they will basically control the grocery industry and they can pretty much charge what they want. But to really get to my point, an executive for Kroger admitted that they price gouge, even to the point where they were raising their prices over inflation. An executive with the company admitted this in court on trial. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think that's the only corporation that does that? You don't think the oil companies do it? You don't think all these other corporations raise their prices or price gouge and do whatever they want to do? And the consumer, me and you, have to pay these high prices? Do you think they really care? I really think a lot of these corporations, they're in a race. How many billions can we make? I'm serious. So look, let me explain something to you guys. Put the Don Julio down for a minute. Put the blunt down. Stop going online trying to find out what's happening with Diddy, or trying to find out what's going on with Big Meat since he got released, or anybody else on social media that's talking a lot of garbage. And start doing some research and find out what's going on. Look, I'm not a fan. It's a lot of things about both candidates that's out there that I don't like. There's several things with both candidates I don't like. But you best believe I'm going to do me some research and find out what I need to find out about those two candidates. Believe that. And I'm going to make the right decision in that booth for me and my family. Don't you go to the booth and go in there blind and just checking names. Find out. Do homework. Don't just hear something on social media and run with it because it sounds good. Oh, that's what's happening. Do some research. Look, you grown. You can vote. You grown. Do some research. Find out what's going on. I'm telling you this not to knock you, not to tear anybody down. Exercise your vote. Make sure you do something. Make sure you vote. Try to vote for policies that's going to help your family and move forward from there. I don't care who you vote for. Just do the right thing for you and your family. But make sure you do some homework. It'll make a difference.
Big screen. Woo, hey, Apostle dropping a lot of gems. When I was in the military, I really started to pay attention to politics. And I would hear people a lot say the president or whoever controls the gas or blah, 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 blah. But if you were to look, because I own a credit repair company and I often go to the CFPB, which is the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. And I'm seeing lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit going on with these big companies because they just doing what they want. Now, the politicians, it matters, but not at the president level. There are lobbyists who put money into the politics to make sure the politicians are taken care of so they can get favorable terms when they start to do things like this guy was saying. I don't want to get too deep into the waters because I guess you guys can do your own research. But when a politician is in office for year after year after year after year, I think the reason why they didn't want the president to be president for more than 2 terms is because they said if somebody's in politics for over a certain amount of time, it's 100% chance that they will become corruptible. It's 100% chance that they will become corruptible because they got a salary that they're going to get, but then somebody can slide them some money under the table to get their agenda passed. And for me, I don't got that much money. So what I do is I just take care of mine And like he said, I vote for whoever helped me and my family. I don't vote for who is popular. And I also vote on a local level because I think that's more impactful to me and my family. I don't want to get all into politics. Y'all can do that in the comments. Let's get to this next video.
I don't know what the right answer is. I don't know what the right answer is come tomorrow. All I do know is that inflation is not going down. The news is straight up lying, which all of us Americans know. But this was a text that I sent back in June to one of my girlfriends. We were talking this summer about how expensive groceries were then. And I was like, oh my God, you guys got to go to Aldi's. Like, Aldi's is where it's at. And so I sent them a picture of all the things that I got from Aldi's back in June. It's 4 huge boxes filled to the brim. And I got steak, I got chicken breasts, I got ground beef, I got burgers, fresh burgers, not frozen patties. I got fresh, like, burger patties to grill. And it was $190. This is what I got today. 4 Aldi's bags. And then obviously, like, my little drinks and yogurt is out of the bags. Didn't get any. I got 1 thing of meat. I did not get all the meat that I needed. And this is stuff to make for 4 dinners and then obviously lunches and shit like that for my kids. I didn't even get the meat because they didn't have the meat that I needed. So I had to further go to Hy-Vee. But all of this was $300. $110 more for less things. And I didn't even get any meat. I had to go spend $80 at Hy-Vee to get ground beef, some beef stew meat, a couple things of potatoes, and like sour cream. I cannot spend almost $400 a week on groceries. Like, this is absolutely insane. I don't know what is going on, why shit keeps going up. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me, but the news is literally lying, obviously. Shit is not coming down.
Big screen. That other video where she bought the pre-cooked stuff, I understand that. Now this one is a good example. And I would say she bought all that stuff and she got 4 meals. Whenever my wife make a meal, we'll eat that meal for one day and then have leftovers the next day. So I guess our 4 meals, we turned it into 8. So maybe that's something that she might have to implement. But what I think is going to happen is, man, we're going to have to really look inward and we're going to have to find out. We got to eat less expensive stuff. I think we're going to have to eat what we need versus what we want. But then secondly, I think we might need to look into our government and then try to figure out a way to stop these people from price gouging us, because I think it's unfair that us normal people have to, complain about billion-dollar corporations price gouging. I think that's something that TikTok really opened my eyes to, because I never heard a lot of people complaining on YouTube, just probably like Facebook mainly. Facebook, maybe Reddit or something like that. So when TikTok actually shows you the day-to-day people and you're like, hey, that person looks just like me. That person is a normal person and they can't afford to live the life that they need to live to support their family. I don't know what else to say, but it ain't gonna get better tomorrow, so hang in.
This is fucking crazy. Before I leave Publix, I gotta show y'all these prices. This is for a case of sodas. This used to be $3 to $4. This is $9.29 for a case of sodas. Look at this, for a case of root beer, it's $11.49. A carton of eggs is $11.39. Come on with these prices, bro. For a bag of barbecue Lay's, $4.99. It's $5 for a bag of chips. It used to be $2. This is insane. This is $10 for a case of Gatorade. And they had the nerve to put buy 2, get 1 free. You're paying $20 for 2 cases of Gatorade, man. That's insane. These used to be $4. And they're doing buy 2, get 1 free, making people think that they're getting a deal. It's crazy, man. What happened to our country in just 4 years? What happened? Just 4 years ago, all of these were $1. Now we're at $3.59. I don't know what Joe Biden has done to our country and Congress in the last 4 years, but we need a clean sweep. We need to redo our Congress, our Senate, our House of Representatives, because these people aren't favoring the people in our country. They're looking out for themselves. They're investing in stocks that favor their stocks. They're fattening the pockets of themselves and their own families. They don't care about the people. So come November, let's make this right.
Big screen. I'm gonna tell you like the last guy said, it ain't the president. It's your local politicians. It's the people that's locally that is letting this go unchecked. There's probably organizations that do food assessments all the time. We just don't really look for it, man, because they're going to keep doing it until it really hurts. They're going to keep poking and poking and poking at us. But really what they want, man, they want that stimulus money. Everybody in the United States, almost everybody in the United States got money back from stimulus. If we do the math, I don't know, I forgot how much it was. I think it was what, $2,000? So do the size of the American public that's over the age of 18 and then times that by how much we got from the stimulus and see how much money that is. That money ain't gone yet. They're going to drain it from us one way or another. What's going to happen is the middle class is about to separate. Middle class is just the working class now. So what that means is the middle class is going to be working to stay poor. And then the poor people, you know, you're just poor. You get food stamps, you get some type of assistance. And the moment you get up to middle class, you're going to wish you was back with the poor class because you're going to have to work twice as hard to get the same thing you was getting in the first place. Let's get to this next video.
The largest fast food restaurants have increased their prices at double the rate of inflation. And some have been way worse than others. It costs twice as much to buy McDonald's now as it did 10 years ago. This is far worse than any other restaurant on this list. These restaurants have raised their prices by 60% over the last 10 years, while inflation has only been 30%. Popeyes, Chipotle, Taco Bell, Wendy's, Burger King, and Chick-fil-A are all restaurants whose price increases have doubled the rate of inflation. A key lesson is that these restaurant owners often use inflation as an excuse to jack up the prices even further on their customers. Oh, our costs went up by $1? Well, time to raise the prices by $2 on our customers. This is why they've been able to make record profits. So don't buy the crocodile tears when they come crying about, oh gosh, costs are harder, times are harder, so we have no choice. Yeah, they're using that to hide profiteering. Look at how all these menu items have increased at McDonald's over the past 10 years. Can you believe it used to cost just over $1 to get a McDouble or a medium fry? Those days are long gone. We've crossed far beyond the $3 territory now. Just remember that higher costs are only part of the reason for restaurants charging higher prices. The other reason is price gouging. Now, for more interesting stories on tech, business, the economy, and jobs, be sure to like, share, and comment on this video and subscribe to my channel.
Big screen. Hey, man, the good old days, man. Hey, who was alive to see dollar fries? Who was alive to see dollar drinks, dollar McChickens, dollar everything, dollar menu? Oh, that junk don't even exist no more. So what I want to talk about is during the pandemic, what I noticed was most of these restaurants, they also raised their prices and then started firing more employees. So they had less employees working and the lines were backed up, and then they doubled the price of the food. So they was making way more money. Like, to think about how much money they make off just a drink alone when they buy just a case of syrup and put it in that machine, and that machine turned the syrup into 30,000 different flavors. Y'all know the machine I'm talking about, that Coca-Cola one. What I really want to fixate on is that they are going above and beyond inflation, but it don't make sense until we stop shopping there. I believe now, for all 1,000 of you guys that are going to watch this video, it's just probably 1,000 and 1,000 men and 20 women. Shout out to y'all. I think we should start boycotting one big super conglomerate at a time. And that's probably the only time we're going to change, right? I seen y'all say, eat the rich. I seen people say, eat the rich. And then when they said that, they stopped buying those type of products. Now, if we go one by one and let these people know, and we can all get together, then we can all probably make some type of change. What y'all think?
One thing I've learned about being an American citizen is that it's better to be poor than be middle class. Because being middle class is the hardest fucking shit. You literally can't get no fucking help from the government if you are middle class. And you barely can survive out here being middle class. It's like if you're middle class, you don't qualify for certain things. Like, you can't qualify for an apartment because you got to make 3 to 4 times the rent. And of course, you're not making that being middle class. And I'm literally like right over the threshold of being fucking poor. And it's fucking dumb as hell, because if you're making over $2,500 in a month, you can't even qualify for any fucking governmental assistance. That makes no goddamn sense to me. Because $2,500 in a month is literally nothing when you have all other types of fucking bills. America's really like ass fucking backwards.
So what y'all think? I think I said this earlier, bro. Like, once you stop being poor, because me, I was poor. Like when I was young, well, I wasn't poor. My family was poor, but now my family ain't poor no more. Because when I was a little kid growing up, we was really poor. We lived in a trailer park. It was like run down, right? But then I joined the military, and then I realized, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm making $5,000 a month. This is cool. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. Making $60K a year. Boom. I was like, oh, we gotta pay for this. You gotta pay for that. And the whole thing in the military is, hey, stay in the military, because once you leave, you don't have the healthcare no more. You don't have the type of insurance that we got, and you don't have the ability of the military to back you. Let me tell you what I mean stability. When you go and apply for an apartment, they'll say, hey, you got to have XYZ. If you show them a letter that says that you in the military, they'll waive those fees, and they're like, nah, you don't got to pay first and the last month rent, because we know we're going to get it from you, because we can go get it from your command. We can go get it from the military. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, man. I thank y'all from the bottom of my heart if y'all made it this far. YouTube is going to suggest that you subscribe to the channel, and then they're going to suggest another video right over here. Go ahead and watch that one, and I'll see you on the next one. Credit CEO, we out of here. Peace.